It's Thursday. Welcome to TIltcast Shortz, a news channel that Saudi interests will never be interested in. I'm Nauss.
I'm Jason.
And together, we're not Wonder Twins.
Right.
We are both blonde, though, and we both have names that start with J. We both have beards. Anyways, got another news story for you guys. There was a story that just popped up a couple days ago. Electronic Arts stock closes up 15% on a report that the company is near a $50 billion deal to go private. This was reported by CNBC recently. It's really interesting, though, because there's a Wall Street Journal reported that the video game company EA is nearing a deal to go private. The investors, though, is where it gets kind of interesting. It's the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, Silver Lake, and of course, and Jared Kushner's Affinity partners. I just want to stop right there for just a second. Why is the Saudi Investment Fund, Public Investment Fund, part of a video game deal? And of course it's EA, right? Of course it's EA.
Right. That's not the first confusing thing in the last few years to come out of that particular investment group. They also
pretty sure they also bought a local highway here.
They famously backed the Live Golf League.
I forgot about that.
Back in 2020.
Have we heard anything new about that?
And paid a lot of PGA golfers, like we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars to play in the league.
Yeah, I remember hearing they were paying better than the PGA was for getting people to go to that tour.
Yes, they have paid. They have paid the big names in their Live Golf Tour quite a lot of money. Famously, Bryson DeChambeau, who was a younger PGA Tour member, at the time. When he signed his contract with Live Golf, it was like $130 million or something like that.
Good
something
God.
Close to there.
What did they get out of that? Because
granted that contract's due to expire in 2026. No telling what the new contract will be, or if he'll return to the PGA. Who knows? But yeah, they basically for 5 years they paid him $125 million. That is life-changing money, even for a pro golfer. Most of those guys make their money via endorsements, being brand representatives, like wearing Nike golf gear and using Titleist clubs exclusively, stuff like that. That's how they make their money. Because the majority of pro golfers do not place in the top 10 of every tournament, right? And that's really where the big tournament money is. So, yeah, that was life-changing money for a lot of these guys. And that has, famously for, most of the people who listen to our stuff won't know it, but, hasn't necessarily been going great. Like, viewership on YouTube and stuff is high because it's on YouTube for free. They don't have any real big TV money deals. Yeah,
but does it justify the millions of dollars or potentially billions of dollars of investment they put into it? Or is this just like...
And then last year, supposedly, the two tours were supposed to merge, but that hasn't happened yet.
It's just interesting. Like, I understand, like, who would you grab? Grab the scummiest video game company out there, like EA, of course, right?
Yeah.
Weren't always that way. The last 10 years have taught us anything. They definitely are the one. So I expect all sorts of monetization going up. I expect real ads to be a thing in your video games. You can be playing some sports game, and then you're just going to stop for some commercial from Coke, and it'll be updated real time. You'll have to have an internet connection so it can do the real time commercials on your screen.
Well, and this isn't like the first gaming company they've gone after, right? Like the PIF is, in the last couple of years, like purchased the developer behind Pokemon Go, and the developer of Monopoly Go. I don't even know who that is.
Well, I guess I'm just an idiot because I just pulled it up. So they hold substantial stakes in EA and Nintendo. They've also invested in Activision, Blizzard, and Take-Two.
Now, Scopely is the developer of Monopoly Go, so they are, and that they were the developer behind Pokemon Go. So there you go. Yeah, that's that's pretty big. But so this isn't the first gaming.
It's funny.
They've purchased.
So I was just thinking about this, right? BioWare is owned by EA. This is happening right before. Like, let's not kid ourselves. It's not like Dragon Age Veilguard did well, right?
No.
Like that was the most recent. So does that mean that BioWare is going to get cut if they buy them out? We should know in a week if this goes through. Like, probably by the next time we record, next week, we'll have an update on this story. Yeah. Does that even mean that Mass Effect's going to even happen?
Dude, who knows?
I think it goes into
there.
$50 billion is huge. Like, to put this in perspective,
not even an announced targeted release quarter for Mass Effect 4 yet.
Correct. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And right now, this is looks like it's the biggest leverage buyout in Wall Street history. So the only thing that was even close really was TXU Energy, and that was $45 billion, and that was 20 years ago almost, back in 2007. So that just makes me wonder, like, for all the games that are not super profitable for EA or potentially profitable, again, the EA is just like a shareholder video game company at this point. It's going to be Call of Duty and your sports games. It's going to be your sports golf games, your sports football games, right? And Call of Duty. And the smaller studios that have been absorbed into them, they're just going to cut them off, I think. Hot take. It's just pattern recognition, though. Like, this has happened before. And BioWare has been in a slump now for over 10 years, so... Yeah, Anthem didn't launch well. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't do quite so hot, right? Veilguard didn't do so great. I think the bigger story here is who ends up getting cut.
Mass Effect Andromeda sold well. It was just panned by critics.
And me.
It made money.
Yeah, it was not a good Mass Effect game.
I liked it.
You're in the minority. You're in the minority.
I am. And I have enjoyed that this whole time.
Anyways, yeah, I think it's going to be Sims, Madden NFL, and I was going to say Call of Duty's Activision, so it's not even them. Yeah. So who even knows what comes out after this? So far, we don't have any comment from EA, so a lot of this is speculation, obviously. Me and Jason have been gaming for the better part of 3 decades. I've been really actively looking at gaming information on the back end or the industry the last 15 years. We can tell you right now that something's going to happen. If they get that, I think there's going to be some companies that are cut and a lot of projects that are cut in favor for whatever the current trend is. And that's what EA is going to be going forward if they get bought out by this public investment fund.
Yeah.
They already suck. Like, they're going to suck worse now.
I see some of the smaller developers probably being cut out right away. Now, that said, it wouldn't surprise me if they end up dumping a bunch of money into BioWare trying to make it profitable again.
They haven't been profitable for 10 years.
The Saudis do have a track record of that, too.
Of going with the most unsafe investment that EA has right now and seeing if they can make it better after 10 years of failure. BioWare is not the BioWare we grew up on. Like, it's been going downhill for a while.
But it could be.
Yeah, you're hoping. At this point, they have disappointed me for 10 years, and I know better.
Brighter side.
Yeah. At this point, they've disappointed me for 10 years.
One of us has to be contrarian.
Well, we shall see, but I really think I think BioWare gets cut if they do this.
Overall, I think this is bad for the gaming industry as a whole. But I do see a lot of these separate developers under the EA banner ending up sold back off.
Yeah, maybe BioWare gets better for it, but the BioWare that's been there for the last, 10 years at least, it's not the doctors anymore. There's different people in charge and different developers, different staff. It's BioWare in name only. It's the ship of Theseus at this point. So, anyways, with that said, you can find some full episodes of the TIltcast at TIltcast.com, iTunes, and Spotify. Come back on Saturday. We'll give you some more news. Peace, y'all.
Peace.